In this video, I want to talk to you about how you can actually stay motivated. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Brad Baldwin. I have my bachelor's and master's in the field, and I've coached people on how to lose fat sustainably for over 10 years now. And I make these videos because there are a lot of unhealthy people in America, and I don't want you to be one of them. Before we get into the best way to stay motivated, we need to know what it actually is and how it works. And so motivation is the general desire or willingness to do something. And with fitness, it's getting that desire or feeling or urge to go work out or eat healthy. And I would say the big issue is motivation is finite, meaning you're never going to be motivated all the time. And that's a big issue because a lot of people rely solely on motivation to work out and to eat healthfully. And so if you're only working out when you feel motivated or when you're really excited to do it, you're going to be wildly inconsistent. And that's the issue with motivation. That's the main reason why people are really inconsistent. They go up and down with their progress. They stick to something for a couple weeks, maybe a couple of months, and then they fall off completely. What we need to switch to instead is obligation. Obligation comes from discipline. We do it whether we feel like it or not. And sometimes it's because it's already a habit, and sometimes it's because the consequences of not doing the task is catastrophic. Like the best example that I can think of is your career. A lot of you work 40 hours a week, some of you work up to 100 hours a week, and whether you work 40 hours, 50 hours, or 100 hours, there are probably days where you don't feel like going to work, but you do it anyway. The reason why you do it anyway is because you want to provide for your family. You want to keep a roof over your head, right? And if you don't go to work, you're going to be terminated, and you'll be in a lot of trouble financially. So the result of not going to work is consistently, or even a few times within a month, are really, really bad. And so that's why you continue to go. That's why you're so consistent, and hopefully you like it too. But for example, let's say you're a nurse and you work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Your boss tells you, hey, you're going to need to work till 8:30, 9 p.m. tonight. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to stay and you're going to work until 8:30 or 9 p.m. Why? Well, because you're obligated to. So we really need to put fitness in the same category. The result of missing one workout isn't terrible, but if you keep putting it off, which a lot of people do, the result will come back and bite you. And for a lot of people, it already has. And so they're in this vicious cycle of being inconsistent and not knowing how to be consistent. So from now on, try to shift your mindset this way. Working out is now a part of your job. It's a part of your actual career. You might lose your job if you don't work out 3 or 4 times a week, or whatever it is the goal you have set for yourself. You need to schedule it in just like you do your work shifts, either right before work, right after work, or on one of your off days immediately as you wake up. It's now part of your job. For your off days, the reason why I say first thing when you wake up is because you probably have a million other chores to do, and so it'll be easy to do those chores first, and then again you end up missing your workout. So try to schedule it in, and you have to do it whether you feel like it or not. And by immediately starting it, either right before work, right after work, or as soon as you get up in the morning on an off day, you can make your workouts a solidified habit much faster. I think by just putting it in your schedule and doing it and not even giving yourself the choice and not even giving yourself the option of thinking about whether you have enough energy or not, or whether you feel like it or not, or whether you're motivated or not, is a super powerful thing. Another example would be something like brushing your teeth. All of you brush your teeth every day, hopefully. And so do you do it because you're excited to brush your teeth every day? Probably not. But you do it because you've created the habit, and you most likely do it because when you were 3 years old, your parents forced you to brush your teeth every night, whether you felt like it or not. And you kept doing it over and over again because they kept forcing you. And now it's not that you're necessarily feeling excited or motivated to brush your teeth, but you'd probably feel pretty weird if you didn't brush your teeth for a few days, right? So for those of you that don't like working out, this is where we need to arrive to when you solidify the habit for working out. You're not necessarily going to be in the dream of being excited for every workout, but once you create the habit, you'll feel pretty weird when you do take a week off for traveling or for a holiday or something like that. I've been working out for 20 years now, and I can say, like, I'm no longer incredibly excited to work out all the time. Every time I have a workout, though, I put it on my schedule, and I do it whether I feel like it or not. I don't give myself the option of not feeling like it, or not feeling motivated, or anything like that. I don't even try to think about it. It's on my schedule as a task, and I just show up and do it at that time. And I will say, a side tip for you is this: you truly need to make it immediately after work or immediately before work in order to actually stick with this. If you come home from work and your intention is to work out, but you decide to sit on the couch for a little bit, unwind, maybe scroll through social media, maybe start laundry, the likelihood of you actually still working out 30 minutes later is a lot lower, right? Resting for 10 minutes turns into 2 hours, and then all of a sudden you don't have time to work out anymore. So it's best to come home and immediately change clothes and immediately start training before you have time to think about anything else. And I'd say the amazing thing about this is once you get into the gym or get into your basement and start your workout, even though you're not motivated, after a few minutes of working out or warming up, you're going to be fine. You're going to feel okay about finishing your workout and okay about doing the whole 30 minutes or 1 hour or however long it is that you're working out. The hardest part is just showing up and getting started. Once you're warmed up, you're going to be golden, right? So if these tips are helpful, please subscribe so you can be updated when new videos come out. And if you have any questions at all, you can comment below here, or you can message me on Instagram. I'll see you guys on the next one.